Alright, hello everybody, it is Igloo9201, and I've been in kind of a Warriors mood lately in case you hadn't noticed, and actually tonight I'm gonna spam you with a bunch of cats that I haven't gotten the chance to upload yet because, I don't know, like, every time I think about it, my mom is up and about, and I don't know, I just don't want to be here, like, running the scanner, like, 5 times in a row, and her being like, "What are you scanning, child?" And I just be like, yeah, I just so now my parents are gone, so I'm home alone, which is why I'm doing this, and I'm gonna spam you with cats. But so I've been in a Warriors mood, and that always leads to me watching a lot of Warriors AMVs and stuff like that, and Warrior rants by like people like Blue Jay Artist and Bloody Ravenheart 13 and all those people. And I don't know, it's just something I always thought would be a fun thing to do. So I'm gonna do one, and if you guys like it, I'll be happy. And I've been thinking of making like Warriors journals and stuff about certain characters and stuff like that, but I think doing like rants and putting them on YouTube will be a lot faster and less spammy. So, and it just takes me so long to write stuff, and I just know. So I just want to do rants like this, and this is my first one, which is why I'm explaining all this crap. Next time I'll get more to the chase. But okay, so what we're going to be talking about today is Warriors like Pedoshipping, which um so a lot of people and the errands included people who aren't a big fan of like Crowfeather and Feathertail, they say it's because Feathertail's too old for him, which I don't really ship that much. I mean, I think it's cute, but I'm not big into it. It's just not really my couple. But yeah, and a lot of people say that, and I don't know. I just feel like that's kind of weird because there are other more obvious like pedo shippings, you could call them. I mean, I don't want to say that because I'm not really super against it, but that's kind of what people call it a lot, so I'll just call it that for now. And so yeah, so there are actually kind of a lot of really severe pedo ships, but when people talk about it, the first thing they think about is probably like crow paw, emphasis on paw here, and crow paw and feathertail and maybe Dustpelt and Ferncloud, because when Dustpelt kind of like fell in love with Ferncloud, she was just an apprentice. So I know some people think that's weird, but yeah, and the errands say that even if Feathertail had lived, that her and Crowfeather wouldn't have ended up together because she was too old for him and he wouldn't have been able to have his own personality. And I don't know, like, I don't feel like she's too old for him. If anything, I think he's too young for her. Like, him being an apprentice, he just needed. I think if they were older, it wouldn't be too bad. But yeah, I looked at the Warriors wiki, and they said that when she died, when Feathertail died, she was about 2.5 years old. And, Crowfeather was an apprentice, so that means he was at least 6 moons old. I think he was around, like, 7, 8, 9 moons old. So, I mean, she was at least a year older than him, which almost like 2 years older than him, somewhere around there. So yeah, she was a lot older than him, but I think it was mostly that he was an apprentice and he was in the stage where he needed to develop his own personality. And if he had this way older mate, he probably would have had problems with that or whatever. But there are other like a lot more severe pedo shippings, and I don't think people have really realized how weird it is. But I was thinking about it today, and I realized, like, wow, that is intense. So the first one I thought was like crazy was Jayfeather and Half Moon, and don't get me wrong, this is my OTP. I love them together. This is my favorite, probably my favorite Warriors couple ever. Right underneath is probably like Crowfeather and Leafpool. I don't know why I love that couple, I just do. But I think my number one is probably Jayfeather and Half Moon. Just cry like every time I read the parts that have them in. Oh gosh, I just can't even talk about it. But when you think about it, Half Moon is like this ancient, ancient, ancient pre-clans cat. Like, she was there before there were clans. She she's old as dirt, and then Jayfeather is Jayfeather, so she is a lot older than Jayfeather, a lot older than him, like way, way older. But I mean, you could say, well, Jayfeather is technically a reincarnation thing of Half Moon, so you could say that. You totally could say that. Um, so I guess Jay. So I guess technically in that way there isn't as much of an age difference if Jayfeather is like Jay's wing reincarnated. Then I guess it's not that bad. But the next one, that is not an excuse. And the next one is Holly Leaf and Fallen Leaves. And once again, I love this couple to death, but Fallen Leaves is another one. He is old as poo, and he's in the same like weird little tribe thing as Half Moon. So he is really old, and then when Hollyleaf, and really this is full of spoilers, so you can't just watch these things and not expect there to be spoilers. So um yeah, I hope you read Hollyleaf's story because it's like the best ebook, I think. So although I haven't read like some other, okay, anyways, um in Hollyleaf's story, she goes into the tunnels and she gets trapped in there, and then she meets Fallen Leaves, who, as we know, is dead because he was dead in Power of Three, and Jayfeather kind of hung out with him a lot in that arc. So he's dead and he's really old, but they become friends. And it says like on the wiki, and the Aaron said that they fell in love and now they're mates in StarClan, which was so cute. I just love them together. But yeah, but she's not one of the three, so she's not reincarnated. Lion, Blaze, Jayfeather, and Dovewing are reincarnated, but Hollyleaf is just Hollyleaf. So he's like God knows how many years older than her. Just we don't even know. He's oh gosh, he's so much older. So yeah, when you take those things into consideration, Hollyleaf and Crowfeather really aren't that. I mean, Hollyleaf and Crowfeather. Oh my God, no, no, incest, no. I'm so sorry. Um, Crowfeather and Feathertail aren't really that bad. So yeah, I think that's really all I have to say about that. Those were like, and there are other ones like Dust Pelt and Fern Cloud, and I feel like they're probably definitely. Oh, I think Pine Star, and Tiger Star's mother, whatever her name is, it's like Leopard Spots or something. I think he was a lot older than her. He was like way older. Because I think she was actually an apprentice when Blue Star was a kid or an apprentice. So I mean, he's up there. And because he was on his like last life when she gave birth. So yeah. So he's a lot older than her. But yeah, like I think the most crazy one is Hollyleaf and Fallen Leaves because he's like I don't cuz I mean they're cats, so they say, "Oh my god, that was such a long time ago." But they have a lot shorter lives than us, so maybe like 20 years ago was a really long time for them. So I don't know. Like when they say the ancient cats are ancient, I think like over I don't like 50 or like 100 years or something, but that's just because I'm a person and not a cat who like the oldest cats live like 10 years in Warriors. So yeah, that's yeah, those are the craziest pedo ships and yeah. I mean, I don't know how I feel about it. Like it's I don't mind it really. I mean, I think Crowpaw and Feathertail would have been weird just because he's not necessarily she's too old for him. He was just too young for her, if that makes sense. Like if a 20-year-old dates a 25-year-old, that's one thing, but if a 15-year-old dates a 10-year-old, that's kind of weird. So even though there's the same age difference, it just changes. So Crowfeather and Feathertail was like 10-year-old dating the 15-year-old. It's just kind of weird. But yeah. So that's Warriors Pedoshipping. I hope you guys like it, and if you want more, I will totally make more because I've been dreaming of this like ever. It is so much fun, and I like doing stuff like this. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you later. Goodbye.